big fight happening this Saturday. I'm very excited for this one. Uh, there aren't many fights on that calendar that I try to work my schedule around, but this June 29th is a must, man. If you're not excited for this, you're missing out. I don't know if you're a real boxing fan if you're not excited for this one, man. Juan Francisco El Gallo Estrada against Jesse Bam Rodriguez. Pound for pound fight. I'm sure many people have these guys on their top 10 pound for pound, and this is a big fight right here. Obviously, Estrada getting a little older. He's been through war, Soren Visay, Chocolatito, Carlos Cuadras, and I mentioned Chocolatito. Chocolatito was actually part of Jesse Bam Rodriguez, his camp. He's been sparring with Bam. He's actually getting a fight. He's getting ready for a fight. He's fighting in Managua, Nicaragua. Chocolatito is. That fight is July 12th is going to be broadcast on ESPN. Chocolatito, 37 years old. He hasn't fought in a couple years. We'll look that up right now. We'll look that up on his box rec. 51-4. His opponent, Robert Barrera, 27-5. But hey, he has some history with Gallo. They fought twice, Chris, or was it three? I don't even remember anymore.
Three times, three times.
Three times. So maybe he's giving Bam some secrets there, some tips, some advice, some suggestion. But big fight Saturday going down in Arizona.
Yeah, like you said, Gio, this one is gonna pin, you know, guys that are in the pound for pound caliber status. Bam Rodriguez at 23 years young, man, already challenging, the big guys. You said it, they're a little bit past their prime, but they're still the very best around. And for a 20-year-old to a 23-year-old to test, himself against them now before they say they get even older, you gotta commend that. Again, you could correct me if I'm wrong, Gio, but I think Bam goes into this fight the favorite. But again, Gallo, 34 years old still, even though, like you say, he's been in wars, he still has a lot to offer, and it's not going to be easy for Bam, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would think he's a favorite. We can actually check the odds as well, but this is solid. Gallo's coming into this fight 44 wins, 28 by knockout, 3 losses. He hasn't fought since 2022. Now that inactivity can maybe be important, especially like you said, 34-year-old. He hasn't fought since December of 2022. His last opponent was Chocolatito. He won a majority. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, Chocolatito. He won a majority decision. That was also in Glendale, Arizona. Before that, you guys see the names there. Argy Cortez, Chocolatito in 2021, Carlos Cuadras in 2020. So he hasn't been too active, Chris. Essentially one fight per year. Last year he took it off, and now he's fighting Jesse Bam Rodriguez, who, the scary part, Chris, 24 years old. I mean, we don't even know if he's in his prime yet. He might be. He keeps getting better every single time. Jesse Bam Rodriguez, 19-0, 12 KOs. He's going to be close to home. He's from San Antonio, Texas. He last fought in December of 2023, so not too long ago. He got that very good win. A stoppage against Sonny Edwards, looked very good in that one. And then he had a couple, another fight in 2023, 2022. Was probably his big year where he defeated Carlos Cuadras and Soren Visay. So he has some very good momentum going into this fight. He's been active. He's young, pound for pound talent. Yeah, I agree. I think he comes in as the favorite.
Like you said, Gio, we don't even know if Bam is in his prime, 23, 24 years old. The last time that I can think of a guy challenging an established champion like that. I know it's a far off comparison, but Canelo at 23 when he challenged Mayweather, some of these guys usually they weigh 25, 26, like you said, to hit their peak. But Bam already believes in his powers and his skills. So again, I'm excited for this one. It's not going to be an easy assignment. You know that El Gallo is not going to just hand over, the throne just like that. He's the guy that's come out on top of the four kings the last couple of fights. We know that Chocolatito maybe had a good outing in his last fight against Gallo, but on paper, Gallo's the man. So yeah, this is a great test for Bam. I'm looking at Gallo's record; he's never been knocked out. So if Bam can make a statement like that, boy, he would have to go in the annals of already the greats in that division alone, just by doing what he's doing, what he did to past opponents, and if he does this to Gallo. But again, it's a very tough assignment. Gallo, has been the man for 10 plus years, along with Chocolatito and the other two kings out there. So hey, it's gonna be a great fight.
Bam by stoppage in the ninth or 10th, says Big Bro. Ruben says, big fan of Gallo, but I thought he lost one of the Chocolatito fights. Very close fights. Big Bro says Gallo definitely lost the second Chocolatito fight. I pulled up the odds here, Chris, from this source here. It says Bam minus 450, Estrada plus 300. Let's see what the other sources here are saying. So pretty similar. This one here says Gallo Estrada plus 350, Bam minus 475. So yeah, it seems like the betting odds are in favor of Bam. I didn't think they were going to be so wide, to be honest, but
Yeah.
Yeah, like we said, he's younger. Let me go ahead and change that. He's younger. He has all the momentum, the activity in his favor. Estrada hasn't fought since 2022, so let's see if that plays a major factor in this fight. Chris, we're big fans of Bam Rodriguez. We have interviews with him. Cool dude, very quiet. I've had the privilege of meeting Estrada as well. I'm looking at the poster right now. I'll pull it up for you guys, but I kind of forgot I was there. What was that? So Visa against Estrada, the one that happened here at the forum. Cool guy too, Estrada. Both guys quiet, not too much trash talking, but I think it's Bam time, man. I think he's a top pound for pound talent. He's 24 years old. He has those good victories already against Soren Visa, against Cuadras. He got a good victory in his last outing versus Sonny Edwards. So I don't want to drop my official prediction right now. I'll hold on to it. Let us know what you guys think in the chat. But I think I'm definitely favoring uh, Bam Rodriguez.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that the odds are that wide. Not saying that Bam isn't a favorite. He is a favorite, but minus 450, minus 500, that's a little wide. Unless the bookies know something that we don't know about Gallo. Maybe he tweaked his foot, something. But I would have probably had these odds at minus 250, minus 300, something closer to that. But yeah, man, I'm expecting Bam to come hungry again. Only 3 or 4 years ago, he was a 20-year-old. Again, most guys don't want to get in the mix with these champions until they're 25, 26, 27 maybe. So again, yeah, the names that come to mind, Gio, Tank Davis, Frank Martin. This is why we kind of rip on these guys so much, because they wait till they're near 30 to take on credible names. Bam is doing it at 24. So again, it shows why we have him so high. It shows them why fans overseas in England, why they rate him so high, and why a guy like Eddie Hearns knows that he's a golden in the rough. Again, this kid is going to go down in the annals of history as one of the very best to ever grace that division, and he's been doing it in spectacular fashion. So I'm not surprised why you're going to go see this fight. This is probably going to take the honors for fight of the year, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's that type of fight, man. Like I said, you guys better get excited. This is a pound for pound fight. We talked about Usyk and Fury. That's a big one to determine, who's on top of that pound for pound list. That Better BF Bevo got postponed, so we got to wait a little bit for that one. But this is another one of those fights. The number one guy fighting against the number two guy. Right now, Bam might be the number one guy, Chris. I know he's been hopping around those lower weight classes, collecting belts. And this is a big one. But let's go to some comments real quick. Big Bro says Gallo definitely lost the second Chocolatito fight. I believe Cuadras dropped in, so I can see Bam doing So as well, he says, shout out to H Money checking in. Salute to you. He says, who do you have? Estrada versus Rodriguez. Before we get into that, let me read the next comment. Estrada's a beast, though. He beat Rumvisa and Cuadras. I think he's trying to type before Bam, and he beat Chocolatito. Estrada, great champion. Chris, you want to go straight into your official prediction? How and why? This is going down in the tally, Chris. We pulled up our predictions uh last week. This is what it looks like. You're up by 1 right now on me. You got me by 1. So this is a big one right here. I think we can go straight into the our predictions.
Yeah, I think we might get it right. I think you got to catch up and guess which way the person you pick is gonna win. But I'm gonna go with Bam Rodriguez.
All right.
Man, which way? Which way? If he knocks him out, that would be a statement. Again, that would be huge against a guy like Estrada that's dominated, that's been up there with the other three kings for so long. But I'm gonna say that he's a tough cookie. I'm gonna say he's not gonna wanna, you know, just pass on the torch just like that. And if he does so happen to lose, he's gonna want to go the distance against the emerging Bam Rodriguez. So I'm gonna say decision, but to Bam Rodriguez.
All right, all right. You're putting some respect on El Gallo's heart, chin, experience. I'm gonna have to agree 100%. Ruben says Bam surprised me when he whooped the dude from Thailand. I think Soren
Yeah,
Visai is who he's referring to. He stopped Soren Visai.
yeah,
I was surprised. Soren Visai to me, um, obviously everybody loves Chocolatito. Everybody loves El Gallo. To me, I thought for a large part of that era, Soren Visa was number one. Soren Visa defeated Chocolatito, stopped him uh, the first time. Um, he defeated, Estrada as well the first time. I believe it was this fight. No, I think this fight at the Forum was the second one. But for a while, Soren Visa was the top dog in that division. When we talk about the real four kings, right? Soren Visa, Estrada, Gonzalez, and Cuadras. You know, to me, for a large part of that era, he was number one. Even though obviously Bam fought him when he was older, I still didn't think that Bam was going to be able to stop him, dominate him in the way that he did. So I definitely agree with that. Shout out to Clyde checking in. He says, "Hey, yo, mates, what's up, bloke?" Checking in. Shout out to you. But yeah, I'm going with Bam too. I'm going decision too. I'm gonna put some respect on Estrada's chin. He hasn't been stopped. You know, they're close to the same size. You can say I do think that Bam has the potential to keep going up in weight classes. What is this 115? I believe. I think Bam he's strong. He has great stamina, southpaw, great angles. Kind of reminds you of Lomachenko with that footwork and the angles. Uh, man, I'm gonna say same. Bam by decision. I think it's gonna be very tough to stop Estrada. I think a lot of those rounds are gonna be close, but I think little by little, I think Bam will separate himself.